on RTV6, it is an issue of life and death. A disabled Marine was given few options when he was fired from his job and was dropped from the kidney transplant list. But tonight, RTV6 is working for you. Rafael Sanchez is getting results and joins us live from the west side with this story. Rafael?
Erica and Todd, good evening. We're coming to you live via FaceTime. Behind me, a lot of boxes. And what's inside these boxes is what's keeping Derek Miles alive. And he cannot wait until he can get rid of these bags very soon.
So everything's documented?
It's that time again. Checking his blood pressure. It's a must-do before Derek Miles begins his at-home dialysis. He does this 4 times a day.
Everything's good.
7 days a week, while he waits for a new kidney.
Dialysis is rough, man. It's rough. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. It's harder than the Marines. And I did the Marines. The Marines was rough.
His son, Derek II, who's in the Army, wrote this letter.
If I am deployed, I am sent overseas to potentially protect foreign nations and their citizens who otherwise can't protect themselves. But I can definitely save the life of my father.
He asked the military for compassionate reassignment to allow him to travel to Indiana once his dad's surgery is set.
I am his living donor. I match with him perfectly.
The disabled Marine has read that hundreds of times. His life in limbo since February 29th.
That day was rough in the fact I didn't see it coming. I was blindsided by it.
Derek was a supervisor at Carrier for 13 years. His health kept him off the job since August 2015. Before his long-term disability expired, he was encouraged to get Social Security disability. Once that kicked in, the company, per its policy, terminated him on February 29th.
Damned if you do and damned if you don't.
With Carrier's health insurance policy dropped, he went on Medicare. But Medicare only covers 80% of the transplant. And because Derek is on dialysis and not 65 years or older, he can't buy a second insurance policy to cover his transplant. Thus, he was no longer able to get his son's kidney. The surgery was put on hold. On March 23rd, IU sent Carrier a letter asking the company to reconsider its decision. We reached out to IU Health. On May 2nd, the health system began looking at a number of options, including coordinating with the VA hospital to cover some of Derek's expenses after the transplant. On that same day, we reached out to Carrier. On May 3rd, the company said due to HIPAA, it could not discuss his health information. On May 4th, Miles sent us this text saying that Carrier HR had reinstated his benefits. Later that day, I exchanged emails with a United Technologies executive who wrote this. Our thoughts are with Mr. Miles, and we will do everything we can to assist with his situation. His benefits have been reinstated, and we have assigned him an experienced health advocate to help him navigate through the complex medical and insurance processes.
And we're here live on the city's west side with Derek Miles. Good evening. You were telling me you were relieved.
I am very relieved and I'm very thankful.
Well, Mr. Miles, our next challenge will be to make sure that your son gets to Indianapolis for that surgery. One more thing. Mom also is visiting. The lighting may not be the best, but Mom wave, say hello. Mom is here. She's also very excited. And again, Mr. Miles is hoping to get rid of all these boxes. These boxes represent about a month's supply of his dialysis treatment. He wants to get off of these boxes and get his kidney and be with his son and just have a healthy life. So we'll keep following the story throughout the process. We're live on the city's west side via FaceTime. Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.